I'd like to recognize the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Frost.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Madam Secretary. Neo City is a new and growing 500-acre tech campus just south of my district that has applied to be one of the CHIPS and Science Act's regional technology and innovation hubs. It's a really beautiful project. I really encourage people to check it out. It shows how local government can really think big. Neo City includes Skywater Technology, a chip packaging facility set to quadruple its workforce in the next 2 years, and workforce development programs through Neo City Academy High School and 2 colleges in my district, Valencia College and the University of Central Florida. Madam Secretary, when selecting regional hubs, how is the Department of Commerce's Economic Development Administration taking into consideration local education and workforce development capacity, especially when the U.S. semiconductor industry has a worker shortage that can be filled by locally grown talent?
Yes, thank you, Congressman. I'm not familiar with that particular application. I will go learn about it. But it sounds like exactly the kind of thing we're trying to incentivize, which is what you said. Bring in the high schools, bring in the community colleges, bring in the research universities, bring in the big companies like Skywater, and focus on an area of technology where you can go from excellent to world class. I do want to make that point, especially since Tech Hubs is so competitive. We're not trying to invest in places. This is a national security program. We want to advance the frontier of technology. So we're not going to go for places that that are distressed or that are, you know, pretty good on the technology. We want to go for places that are excellent on the technology, make a big investment where they can be world leading in that technology. But anyway, the workforce piece of it, in some ways, is the whole game. You need the people to work. So it'll be the merit-based process. The criteria leans heavily on the workforce component.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and definitely suggest checking out Neo City. I got to visit the campus. It's a huge project that'll include housing, companies. The school is right next to one of the companies where students get to go over there and learn about it. It's really, I think, going to provide a good model for how we can grow local talent. The massive investments of President Biden's CHIPS and Science Act will set the tone for what the domestic semiconductor industry looks like for years to come. And so we have the opportunity now to create an industry that prioritizes worker safety and well-being. We've had some great conversations with the AFL-CIO. It seems like companies are saying new jobs won't necessarily be union jobs, and there's a want for substantial ongoing collaboration with unions, the Commerce Department, and these companies to ensure labor standards are enforced. What steps has Commerce taken to prevent a race to the bottom in terms of labor and the fact that you know, there's competition with overseas semiconductor manufacturers?
Yeah. So as I said, we are, you know, we're never going to mandate to a company. There's Davis-Bacon's in the statute for the building of the facility, but these companies are going to have to make their own decisions with respect to the workers in the facility. That being said, this administration cares deeply about high labor standards and workplace conditions, safety, and wages. So we're having every company that's applied to give us their workforce plan, and we're going to work on that with them to make sure that they have, you know, high quality, well-compensated workforce to do the job. I see that as a taxpayer protection. They need a workforce who can, you know, get the job done.
Thank you so much. I yield back.
Thank you.